сначала пытались это мирными средствами, переговорами.
Ukraine is making a blunt demand to the West. Give us every Patriot interceptor you have. Kyiv says missiles capable of saving lives are sitting in storage while Russian ballistic strikes hammer Ukrainian targets. At the UN, Andriy Melnyk demanded those stockpiles be opened for Ukraine. And Kyiv is putting a massive number on that demand. At least 300 additional Patriot interceptors. Ukraine says its defenses are being overwhelmed, while production cannot keep pace with global demand. Melnyk now wants anti-ballistic interceptor production increased tenfold or more.
If we are to be completely frank, my fellow citizens find it difficult to understand why missiles capable of saving hundreds of lives every day are being kept in storages instead of being used to shield Ukrainian civilians. Of course, we fully understand the challenges of production and the enormous global shortage of air defense systems, but nevertheless, I once again urge all our partners to take the only right decision today to provide Ukraine with all the available Patriot interceptor missiles currently held in stockpiles. At the same time, Ukraine is initiating a global coalition to massively scale up development and production of anti-ballistic interceptors by tenfold or more. This would not only help save Ukrainian lives today, it would also be a critical preventive step to deter future missiles attack.
But this is where the diplomatic war explodes. Russia says Kyiv's answer to the battlefield crisis is simply to demand more from the West. Moscow's UN envoy, Vassily Nebenzia, accused Zelensky of begging Western patrons for fresh weapons and ammunition.
At the same time, Zelensky continues to beg Western patrons for new shipments of weapons and ammunition, which are used to strike Russian cities, residential areas, and civilian infrastructure. The calculation is obvious: to scare people, sow chaos, and destabilize the situation inside Russia.
Nebenzia claims those Western weapons are being used to strike Russian cities, residential areas, and civilian infrastructure. He says the objective is to scare people, sow chaos, and destabilize Russia, accusations Kyiv rejects as Moscow's justification for its own war. Now the pressure is on Washington and Europe's allies. Ukraine wants the interceptors sitting in Western stockpiles, and it wants them now. Moscow says every new shipment risks fueling attacks on Russia. The Patriot shortage is becoming a much bigger battle over how far the West is willing to go for Ukraine.